Guess I forgot to record an intro, idiot. Anyway, what's up, boys? I just want to talk to you really quick, saying that we've got another React video. It's from my boy Renegade. He's kind of like a staple in the Arknights fandom in a lot of the stuff he creates. So it was brought to our attention that he had made an ARG video, which is like a real life RPG essentially, and like you go through and you solve puzzles that will put in, you know, real world riddles and real world references, that kind of thing. It's really, really cool. It is a little bit old, so if you have seen this before, I do apologize, but I'm trying to embrace all the Arknights stuff I can because everyone seems to be enjoying it, you know? Also, not to mention, some variety streams will be coming your way on YouTube, and if you're more of a Twitch watcher, they'll be over on Twitch as well. But anyway, without ranting too much, please like, comment, subscribe if you do enjoy the video, and I'll send you across to the React. Yeah, everyone, obviously, check out Renegade. Renegade's the boy. We are watching an Arknights ARG, okay? I've been told it goes hard. YouTube chat tells me it goes hard. Twitch chat tells me haven't really spoken about it. But yeah, we'll check it out. We'll see if this cooks. All right, let's see.
We were eating good. And as we all know, Arknights' 5th anniversary was such a banger, and every single doctor, regardless if you're from CN or Global, has been talking about the announced characters.
True.
And all the other information during the live stream.
Well,
and
content
as well
packing,
as
yes, sir.
special videos. For Global, we have received the special commemoration PV, and CN got PV4. And as well as the special commemoration video. But is that all there is to it? Because for some reason, somewhere in PV4, the CN community discovered this. If you go to ak.hypergriff.com/stand by her side.
Is this still up now? Wait, is this actually still up now? Wait, what? akhypergriff.com/stand by her side. Oh my god, it still exists. Wait, it actually still exists. Oh my god, that's so sick. All right, let's see what this is. I'm so excited now. I love like just cryptic hype community-based puzzle stuff. This is gonna be so sick.
.hypergriff.com/stand by her side. You will be greeted with a crossword puzzle. You might be asking yourself, how did they even discover this in the first place? And to that, my answer is, I don't know. But if I don't know, content creators didn't know, and God knows that Ian can't read, so
Holy Truded! Ian? Look, notorious. Ian not being able to read is like saying water is wet. Breaking news. Ian can't read. More at 6. Breaking news. Life found on Earth.
they definitely didn't know. How in the world did the CN community figure this out? Buckle up, Buttercup, because we're diving into how the CN community managed to figure out the Arknights ARG and the insane methods used to solve the puzzles. All the information I'll be sharing with you comes from the Future Attack Team's Weibo account, so a big thanks to them. You can find the reference material I used for this video in the description below if you'd like to read it yourself. If you're interested in trying the crossword puzzle yourself, click away now and go to the link provided in the description. Otherwise, stay tuned and be amazed by the individuals who successfully cracked the code. Going back to the picture I showed you earlier, I need to break it down first and how they were able to decipher the codes that led to this whole ARG. Specifically at 3 minutes and 10 seconds, there's a frame there that deliberately placed a transparent image of what seems to be an encrypted message. That is our first clue to this puzzle.
How do you even begin? How do you actually begin with this, right? Like, oh man. Oh dude, I am well and truly the IQ of a snail, so I would never get this, but
also, for some
I love
reason,
seeing the unraveling.
The YouTube version of this PV doesn't contain this even if you change the color levels, but the YouTube re-upload version still has some critical hints that can be used in the puzzle. The one you're seeing right now is specifically from the official Arknights account from SK Land. Upon closer inspection, you will see a bunch of boxes and a bunch of dots in the middle of it all, which is enough to figure out that this format is an International Telegraph ITA-2
shit. Well, it wasn't Braille.
code. Now, if we decode this column by column, you will get STANDBYHERSIDE.
Actually, let me face cam.
And if you also look on the left side, there is also a Hypertext Transfer Protocol or HTTP. Now, piecing all of this together, we got HTTP and Stand By Her side. And since
So you had to
this is
find
an
the middle.
Arknights related event, we can use the base Arknights hypergraph website,
Of course!
ak.hypergraph.com/standbyherside. Now, once you arrive on the website, you will immediately notice two things. The top part being a crossword puzzle and the bottom is a login system, and in the username part, you will see hollow dots with different orientations, which you can also see on the crossword puzzle itself. Meaning, whatever letter lands on those blue tiles will be the username that we will be using to log in.
Of course.
But how do we figure out the words?
If I was to guess, off rip, Doctor. Doctor. Sorry. Some of us are pretty intelligent.
Well, like
Could you
your
imagine?
usual day-to-day newspaper crossword puzzle, you will be given hints. And in this case, when you look on the bottom left corner of the puzzle, there
Close
are
enough.
clickable numbers that will give you hints for you to solve. Some being very vague and some are pretty direct. Now, I will not be discussing the clues in order since if we reach word number 5, you pretty much have a rough idea on what the word is, and that's not fun. But instead, I will be doing across first and then down afterwards. But let's tackle clue number 1 first, since this is crucial for the theme of the puzzle.
Right?
Upon clicking on the picture, you will immediately see a star in the middle, a bunch of text on the bottom left, with the only part that can be read is Hello DWDB-221E, and as well as whatever demonic pictures are behind it. Now, this should already give you a rough idea on what the theme of the puzzle is going to
It does? What? Dante's Inferno?
be. Focusing back on the picture, what does this mean? Well, if you're a programmer, you probably have an idea on what the word is just from looking at the bottom left text.
You and the
But
ARG
for
was
some of us who
hard.
doesn't
We
have
needed
any
you.
clue, the programming
I'll be there next time for
syntax
Enfield.
used in this picture is Algol. And Algol in astronomy is the beta star of Perseus. And according to Greek and Arabic astrology, Algol is associated with the devil and has the nickname Devil Star.
That's great and all, but listen, alright? Perseus is not a star sign. It's actually pronounced Pisces. So if you were to use that as an antonym and change the letters around, you would get at least one letter that would fall into Devil Star.
Which explains why there's a lot of demons on the picture itself. Okay, but how about the text on the bottom left? Good question. If we go inside the game and look
Holy
at the
account.
module, the name of the module is
Renegade!
DW-221E. And as we all know, in the recent chapters, Amiya has accepted the power of Civilite Eterna, therefore making her the new Lord of Fiends, aka Demon Lord Amiya. So if we connect everything together, the star
first
in the
word would be
middle,
Amiya.
the demons on the picture, and the identity of the wielder of DWDB-221E, we can very much confirm that the word we're looking for is Algol.
0-1 so far, boys.
Now, let me ask you this. When you read the spine 156-157, what do you normally associate it with? If you're thinking of checking your spine at 156 or 157 in the morning, don't bother because you've already strayed far from the truth. Instead, this is actually referring to a
It's fine, you're
specific
playing
frame in
Arknights? Yeah, that's
TB4.
its initial Mayan
But the first
exclamation.
time I visited this, it's either I'm blind or was just looking at the wrong area because Calcit curling with her side boob leaking out is really distracting. But anyways, when you go to 156 and start skipping frame by frame on YouTube, you will find a bunch of coordinates on the bottom left as the scene is about to change. This lasts for only 6 keyframes by the way, so it was really hard to spot at first.
Okay, that's not
Now that
too
you have the
convoluted.
coordinates,
That's cool though.
now what? Well, remember that the first clue is related to a star? We can assume that this next word is going to be star related as well, and with that said, if you go to Google and input these coordinates, you will be greeted with the star called Alphard. But is this really the word we're looking for? If we dig deeper, according to the wiki, Alphard is also known as the backbone of the serpent to the Arabs. And if we go back to
Arknights makes better ARG than FNAF. That is diabolical.
TV, The location of the coordinates was on the spine or backbone of what seems to be a serpent eating its own ass. So we can be 100% sure that the word we're looking for is Alphard. This is probably the most deliberate one so far among all of the hints, but when you check the clue, you'll see two pictures that appear to be stars and nothing else. But there's more than meets the eye, right? So we boot up Photoshop, paste that bad boy and crank the white color level to the max, and we get a bunch of message with the bottom one reading
where 6
were 7. After 100,000 years, they would not be able to tell you from me, followed by a string of numbers. Probably the most integral part of this clue. The numbers, Mason. What do they mean? Well,
Renegade, what are you doing?
most integral part
the
ARG
Black Ops.
Mason. What do they mean? Well,
these
numbers are actually an American standard code for information interchange, or ASCII. In simpler words, it's a standard data encoding format for electronic communication between computers. And yes, I did Google that, and no, I don't want to hear it. With that said, we can decode those texts with the use of ASCII code, which will give us 100,000 BC on the left picture and 2020 on the right picture. And the string of numbers below can be decoded to get the words new branch. Now, you might be thinking,
interesting.
New branch, that should be the word we're looking for, right?
You had to do it, I respect it.
No, because if we check the board, we are looking for a 7-letter word, so it doesn't fit the bill. Hence,
how would we solve this? New branch, 2 letters too long.
Why we still need to dig deeper. Going back to the original picture of the stars, we can see that the picture on the left has 2 stars, one big and one small. And with the information we got from decoding the data, this part says 100,000 BC, and on the right it says 2020. We can assume that the left one is what it looks like 100,000 years ago, and the right one is what it looks like in year 2020. But which star is this referring to? According to Future's Weibo post, this is referring to the Pleiades, which is an asterism or pattern of stars, as well as an open star cluster made up of more than 1,000 stars. So they are not a constellation, but rather a pattern of stars, and each star has a name. Remember that we're looking for a star that has a name 7 letters long, so we'll remove those shorter or longer than 7, which leaves us with Taygeta, Cheleno, Alcyone, Electra, and Pleione. And if we refer back to the picture, those 2 stars are close to each other, which means
it would be... I was going to say Atlas, but that doesn't make sense. Pleione? Pleione?
That we are looking for is Pleione and Atlas.
Yes!
And since Atlas is shorter than 7 words, therefore, the word we're looking for is Pleione. When checking for the clue number 6, you will get a bunch of symbols again. Since we just finished decoding clue number 3, we can decode this with the use of ASCII to get GG01. And by the way, GG01 is the file name for Siege in-game, and no, it's not Golden Glow number 1. Alright, so now we know that the first hint of this clue is Siege. Where do we go from here?
A sketch? Thank you, brother.
Well, in the PV, there's a part there that shows Siege walking away from the crown, and if we check that again, there's a weird thing that will happen midway, and if you pause at the correct moment, you will see this. So this is the star map that flashes at 1 minute 57 in the PV, and as you can...
Hypergriff, what the fuck? I'm more surprised that they had the ambition people would get this, and I'm even more surprised people were able to get it. Like...
can see, we get a bunch of white dots, and as well as the word ecliptic on the bottom right and a circle on the bottom. Great! So, where do we go from here? We already know that the theme of the crossword puzzle are the names of the stars.
Yup.
And the fact that GG01 refers to Siege, which is an aslan or lion. We can go ahead and assume that this is referring to one of the constellations of the zodiac, which is Leo. And if we check the zodiac sign of Leo, we can see that the picture that flashes on the PV and the arrangement of the stars in the zodiac are pretty much the same. Now, the word ecliptic. The definition of this word says that a great circle on the celestial sphere representing the sun's apparent path during the year. So called because lunar and solar eclipses can only occur when the moon crosses it. But let's focus on the first half of that definition, which is a great circle on the celestial sphere representing the sun's apparent path during the year. If we go back to the first
Ideas are
picture
great.
of Clue 6,
Quick sabbatical. I really hope Enfield drops one of these as well. Could you imagine the hype of Enfield release that they just throw one of these on us?
there is a great
That'll be the most
circle,
hyped
and
thing
if
ever.
we move over to the second picture, which is a diagram of the zodiac sign, you can see that there is a blue line representing the word ecliptic, and that is the sun's apparent path, meaning if it follows that
They might
path,
do it? I hope
there
so.
is one star that shines the brightest, which is the closest to the sun's path.
Bro chose the Teletubby song. God fucking damn it. Hey, look. You know ball. Crazy.
And that is the star named Regulus.
Bertrand
Alpha
already
star
has?
of
Wait,
Leo,
really? Is it
also
completed though?
known as Alpha Leonis or the Lion's Heart.
Oh, this is phase
I
1, so I'm
need you
assuming
to
it'd be phase
focus
2,
on
right?
a couple of things. The white sticker and the highlighted document on the right.
But no one figured it out yet?
First,
Oh, no.
focus on the sticker. QB6.B7215-1993 version 2 is the Library of Congress collection classification call number. The part that says QB is the label for astronomy, and QB6 is the general introduction to astronomy.
Okay.
B7215 is the author's number, which was published in 1993, and V.2 represents the second volume, which means there are multiple volumes for this book, but the one we need to focus on is volume 2. Keeping this in mind, we will have this book, Bonner Dukmasterong Volume 2. It has the same details as the clues, so this is the book we're looking for.
Okay.
If you want to visit this yourself, go to Internet Archive and search for Bonner Dukmasterong Volume 2 and flip over to page 185, and
They got something from this. They got something from this.
on the right side, you will see the same numbers highlighted from the clue picture to the one that we have on this book. Now, again, Mason, what do these numbers mean? These numbers are actually coordinates. First, you need to go to a Starfinder website. I will link one in the description. And remember the numbers highlighted in the first clue? Yeah, we didn't need to skim through the entire book, but instead, only
My
the numbers
God.
highlighted on the clue itself. The numbers being 1223, 2.1, 62921.4, 1631.3. We need to convert these numbers to the right ascension or RAC and declination values or DEC. For the right ascension, it's 62921.4, and when converted, it's 062921.4. For the declination, it's 1631.3. When converted, it's 160301.3. Inputting these values on the Starfinder website, it won't directly lead you to the star, but you are very close. I wondered why it didn't lead me directly to it, so I asked Mr. Cheese, who introduced me to the Starfinder website, and his answer is quote-unquote IDK LOL. But anyways, start
Mr. Cheese! How?
quote IDK
He cites faulty German technology as the reason this didn't work.
LOL. But anyways,
God damn
starting
it.
from the middle, hover over to the left, and the first star you should encounter is Gamma Geminorum or Alhina, which is the word we're looking for. And with that, all the words across has been completed. Upon closer inspection on the clue, you will see a picture of what seems to be a CD case with a code on the side, which is
724382919421. I beat you.
2919421. If we quickly Google that specific code, it will show Blur's CD Park Life album. The album consists of 16 songs in total. But where do we go from here? If we quickly check on the clue picture again, you will see that there are extra details on the border of the picture. Specifically, 2 triangles, the number 16, and 71/89. Keep these details in mind because we need this to decipher everything.
We're going again.
Going back to the album,
We need to go
remember the
deeper.
triangles and number 16 that we discovered? If we follow that clue according to the album, The blank part that the triangle is pointing to should be the song number 8, which is called Far Out. Okay, so we figure out the first part. What about the clue that says 71/89? Good question. Since it
That's
seems
awesome.
like
I
the
can't
word
wait.
we're looking
I
for
know
is
nothing
in the
about this
song
too.
itself, the clue 71/89, we can assume that this is referring to a specific part of the song. And according to Future's post, we need to first convert these values from hexadecimal to decimal. Quickly finding a tool for a converter online shouldn't be a problem, and when entering 71, it gave us 113, and entering 89 gives us 137. And if we go to YouTube and search for Far Out by Blur,
Yep.
you will see that the song is 1 minute 37 seconds long, or 137, meaning the word we're looking for is in 113 or 1 minute and 13 seconds. And when listening to this song, well, I can't because it's copyright. So instead,
Thank you.
I'm gonna
Oh my god, I just felt my whole stream just flash before its eyes. Like I was gonna get terminated. Oh, so ready to click stop.
read the lyrics of this part to you.
YouTube streaming's a different ballgame,
Capella,
man.
Haydar, Rigel, Barnard Starr, Antares, Aldebaran, Altair, Wolf 359,
Trying to get my shit taken down, man.
Beetlejuice. And if we skip to specifically 1 minute and 13 seconds,
Which word doesn't
the
repeat?
word you will hear is Antares.
Yep.
And that is the word we're looking for.
You wouldn't do that to your
For
come
this
on.
clue, you will actually
I know
hear
you
an
wouldn't.
audio cue instead. When you listen to it, you will hear a TV static for a split second. Keeping this in mind, where do we go? Well, since it's a TV static noise, we need to look for a video that shows a TV, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that is correct. In PV4, in the near end of the PV, you will be presented by a bunch of TVs showing some graphics on the screen. But try to see if you can spot the specific time the static noise plays during this. Listen closely.
I clicked too late. It's a lot of stars, boys. It's a lot. It's just a little bit of a star. Planets? Wait, planets. That was the sun. Wait, Gigabrain? Potentially Gigabrain. It's bottom left. Oh, I was too busy actually looking at it. Fuck. I missed the whole point. I was too fixated on the actual diagram.
TVs showing some graphics on the screen. But try to see if you can spot
didn't
the
analyze too
specific
much.
time the static noise plays during this. Listen closely.
Fucking damn it. It must be like a fraction of a second. Six. Interesting. I just got it at the end, and even though it's blurry. It's very fast. That's insane.
Did you catch that? No? One more time then.
It had a play button, and then it had a number. It had a play button, then it had a number. I am not schizo. What the f- This is at like 12p! How am I supposed to see this? I saw it. That's what the point is. Guess what it's for?
Alright, so to those who noticed it,
A fraction.
pat yourselves in the back for me. And to those who didn't, it's on the bottom left part where the TV shows a red triangle pattern followed quickly by a string of text.
Play button, and then numbers.
So
Or
to break it down, the red triangle is basically referring to YouTube.
I thought so,
Why do we assume it's YouTube?
because it's red.
Well, it's because of what follows afterwards, which makes it really
That's a URL. That's a URL. That's what it is. That's what it is. Oh my god. I'm locking in.
obvious that it's referring to a specific video, and the string of text is the link that we need to follow. So if we go to that link, it will lead you to a YouTube short posted by DM01 during the 5th anniversary, and the clue is really obvious as it's the only thing that catches your eye. I'm gonna let it play for you guys, and if you miss it, this is not EN can't read anymore, but instead, it's EN won't read.
Environmental Expedition number 1, DM01 Luck. Is this a code for a character similar to how Siege was GG01? Potentially. Potentially. Mil Pro. Capella. Fuck, I went way too deep.
Hypergriff really thought they were being sneaky by uploading this random video on YouTube.
It's like semi-exploration, yeah.
Well, it makes sense considering if they referred a random video by a content creator, people would be leaving comments making the creator confused. You can already see the comments of this video being invaded by our doctors. Speaking of comments, let me actually leave one mainly for my self-amusement. But anyway, the word we're looking for is printed on the side of the boat, which is capella. And with that, the crossword puzzle is complete and we can finally figure out what the username for the login screen is. So to recap, clue number 1 is Algol. Clue number 2 is Alfred. Clue number 3 is Leone. Clue number 4 is Anter.
Wait, this word is actually fucking pointless. Wait. Plenione doesn't actually give us anything. Except for a hint to like this word. Okay, crazy.
Clue number 5 is Capella.
Alright.
Clue number 6 is Regulus.
Oracle.
And clue number 7
Oracle.
is Alhina. So if we take the letters from the blue tiles, it will give us El Caro, which by the way is the reverse of the word oracle. And you know where the word oracle is also mentioned? In the end of the Enfield trailer, which means that the
I remember this! Wait, oh my god, I just had like an actual fucking Winter Soldier moment. I remember seeing this because I'm like, oh, Administrator, I'm watching. I'm like, Oracle, what the fuck is this? What's happening?
Enfield is but there's another problem. We still don't have the password. And if we click on the forgot password, it will prompt a security question that says, how can I tell whether a star is moving towards or away from me? And to that, my answer is, I don't fucking know, dude. I'm just a dumb Arknights player trying to look like I know what I'm doing. So with that said, just like me during college when faced with a question that I'm not able to answer, I quickly turned to Google to look for an answer as if I'm cheating on my finals. And after a quick Google search, the first result should give you this definition. If a star is moving towards us, its light waves get scrunched up to shorter or bluer wavelengths, producing a blue shift. If a star is moving away, its light waves get stretched out to longer, redder wavelengths, producing a red shift. So we got blue shift and red shift.
Right.
And to those who don't know, this effect is called the Doppler effect, also known as Doppler shift. Great, we figured it out. Where do we go from here? We go back to PV4 and somewhere along the PV you will see this specific part.
Right.
Remember the definition of Doppler shifts? You know that part where it says if a star is moving away or towards us? Well, in the PV, there are a bunch of lights in bokeh, specifically blue, red, and white lights. And with this new knowledge obtained, Future specifically told us to treat this as Morse code, where the blue light is the separator, white light is the dot, and the red light is the dash or hyphen. Decoding this will give you this Morse code. You guys are familiar with...
Why is... Okay, sorry. This is like a borderline pet peeve. Why is every ARG, like, Morse code involved? There is always going to be a Morse code. It's crazy.
Morse code,
in
right?
every single one.
You know, the one that goes do 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 do. Well, anyway, it sounds like this.
All right, so I was going to say SOS, but that is not SOS. All right, terrible start. Let's keep going.
And if we convert
It's easy to
that
hide.
into
That's right.
text, we get 11708102. And if we flip that over, we get the date 2018-07-11, which is the date for the second beta test. And this was also when the Arknights community got its first taste of the Arknights ARG during beta, and suddenly we've come full circle 5 years later.
Wait, it's not done. Oh, wait, it's not done. Oh, wait. Oh, wait! No!
Cinema Hypergriff. But anyway, after logging in using the credentials you just got,
so
you will see this.
It is done officially?
Oh wait, no, that's just my analytics.
We're subscribed already. Subscribe to Renegade. He is him. This video has more effort than anything I've ever done.
Of how many of you are not subscribed. And reading through the Reddit post for this ARG made by user irrelevant user, it states that during the first few hours of the ARG, those who completed it could enter their address to obtain a cassette tape, showing that the tape will be phase 2 of the ARG. As to how long the tape will take to arrive, we don't know. But apparently during this recording, Mr. Cheese told me that the cassettes are now being delivered, so phase 2 is definitely about to start soon, and I can't wait to see how this unfolds and what secret it holds.
What?
Alright, I'll just use the office backdrop since I've already edited enough for this video. Might as well go along with
The tape has
it.
arrived?
Anyway,
Wait, has
I
it?
hope you enjoyed that video. I am so sorry that the gap between uploads is quite significant, but this essay type video tend to be time consuming and I need to do a lot of cross-reference.
The second phase is on a stalemate. Some speculate it's the endfield beta PV. So you're telling me you think the payoff for the second phase is a unlisted YouTube video? Is that what you're thinking? Or it's actually inside the current PV or the one that will be coming out shortly? Because we'll definitely get one when the beta comes out. For 100%. Phase 2 related to Arknights. Is there a phase 2 video?
And confirmations from sources in order to provide accurate information. Man, I'm really tired. Can you tell by my voice? But anyways, this is not the final puzzle since phase 2 is currently ongoing and players are now receiving the cassette tapes that was promised from Hypergraph. And once all the details are solid, I will be doing a follow-up to this ARG. But that's all for me. Let me know what you think about the ARG and the video editing itself. I'm open to critique. And again,
Renegade, you made a banger video here, brother. The Arknights community
see you
needed someone like you to step up and
Bless
make a
your
video like
faces
this.
and have a great
Subscribe. All the materials used in the video will be in the video description. Oh my god, you even linked them? Dude, oh my god. You are him. You are him. Like the video. Boys. Let's be civil about this, okay? Let's give the man his flowers, okay? If you haven't already, for whatever reason, please go to that video and like it. Subscribe. Good content, and we will be watching Keeping Updated, Renegade. Thank you so fucking much, man.